Welcome back, trainers, and today we have a nice long video for you. We're going to be taking a look at Umbreon XL in the Ultra League with Psychic. So this is going to be one of its Community Day moves here, and I'm going to have to say I had a blast. Now, I'm not particularly a fan of using Umbreon with Psychic because it leaves you completely dead in the water if you do go up against another Psychic type. But for the Halloween Cup, it is going to be putting in the work. With its bulkiness and its kind of decently hitting moves here, we're going to be able to do a lot. Pairing it up with Nidoqueen as well as Crobat here. Nidoqueen is going to be Shadow. The Crobat is going to be Purified, and it does not have Return because we do not need that. So Psychic doing a lot of damage to those poison types, which you're going to be seeing all over the place. And I was just like, why haven't I been using this more? This thing is crazy. So we have some amazing battles here for you folks. Go grab a snack, sit back, relax. And we're looking at about a 25-minute video here with all of the battles. So yeah, not 10 minutes for now. So make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe for future notifications on, and let's farm down this Toxicroak and be loaded up on energy. Let's see what they're going to throw into the battle here. Shieldless on my opponent's end, and they bring in a Mandibuzz, and I just systematically go for Shadow Ball, and that sucks because, well, it's massively resisted. So we swap into our Umbreon. This is not looking too great here. I'm trying to recover the battle here. Throwing in the Umbreon, going for the Foul Play, going for another one, just doing as much chip as I can. But at this point, all we're really doing is a little bit of damage, plus we're letting them farm the heck out of us. So we're going to go ahead and bring in Nidoqueen because I didn't want them to get any more farm. I think that they're like at 100 energy at this point. Swap into their own Nidoqueen. We're still holding on to 2 shields, letting that charge move go through on the Mandibuzz. And they're going for a Poison Fang. We're able to get to the Earth Power though and hold on to 1 shield. This is still somewhat doable here. Although the Mandibuzz has a ton of energy, what we're going to have to do is throw in the Crobat, lower that defense. Oh yeah, you like that? Yeah, let's go. Can we get to another one? And we do. So the Crobat's going to be putting in that work. Saving with this energy was a good idea. And now this Mandibuzz is very low. It's just a matter of, can we survive these charge moves here? So we're going to let this first one go, Foul Play, okay, doing a decent amount, and we're going to obviously shield this one up, and it's going to take probably like one more Poison Jab, one, and they're out of here, and we're taking that win. Let's go. We have some pretty incredible battles. Next one, we're met with a Muck, Cantonian version, so we don't have to worry about that dark typing, and Psychic is going to be super effective. Now, although Umbreon is mostly a tanky Pokemon, Psychic and Foul Play do hit decently. It's not like super weak. Take a look at that. I mean, that's pretty good. And we're going to be getting the defense drop. So at this point, we're going to go for the Foul Play to see if we can potentially pull out a shield. They let it go. Wow. Okay. So they can't go for the Dark Pulse. I mean, if they had Gunk Shot, that could be an option. But I would assume that's obviously just Thunder Punch and then Dark Pulse. So we're going to go ahead and farm them down because Umbreon is able to just absorb everything. Look at that. Look at that. And we're taking them down, and we have a lot of energy ready to go here. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Foul Play. What did they throw into the battle? What was that? A Gramble. Screwed up already. Could have went for 2 Psychics. How much does Psychic do? Oh, man, they would have been almost out of here. So they immediately swap into the Crobat after we get off the Psychic. And we bring in the Nidoqueen here. So we're going to go for the Poison Fang and do as much damage as we can. I mean, yeah, you know, lower their defense and then bring in our Crobat to do more damage with our quick move. We're already looking good. Shielding up the Shadow Ball correctly, and I'm feeling great, folks. Let's go. So let's do a little story time since we got a longer video here and I don't have to rush through this commentary before it's over. And let's take a look at this battle. So I bring my Sega to a local game store that I did post on. It's called the Game Depot here in Anchorage. And I am somebody who wants to support local businesses, right? So I figured I could pretty much just order the parts for my old Sega Genesis. That's what we're talking about, old Sega Genesis, right? From the 90s. You know, I'm a 90s kid. I want to have the Sega in the room like when I was a kid. And I bought all these old games and I've been waiting to play it. I just haven't been too impatient with it. So anyways, I bring it to this place, this Game Depot, and I want to support local businesses, right? So I bring it there. I could have just bought the parts myself and fixed it. So I take it there. I'm in the store. I'm like, man, this is freaking heaven. Look at all these old school games, all in mint condition, great prices. You know, the vintage kind of a game store. All the old heads would understand this, right? Or if you're younger and you like old games, well, hey, cool. Welcome to the club. So I bring it in and I have 2 Segas. I'm like, yeah, just, you could take the parts from one or whatever the case is, or fix both. I don't know. Just, I'll be waiting, right? They're like, okay, well, it's a 4-week turnover, folks. This was in freaking April, okay, of this year. This is when I bring in the Segas, the Sega Genesis. And I'm like, okay, no problem. All right, so May comes by, June, July, August, September. I finally call September. I'm like, or wait, no, it was October. I call in October, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, 4-week turnover. It's been freaking 6 months, man. So anyway, I call him like, I don't have an attitude. I'm just like, hey, so what's good? I got my Segas. They're like, oh, let me check it out for you. Oh, it's in the warehouse. Well, blah, 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 something like that. It'll be here tomorrow. So I go that next day. I go into the store with my son. And I'm like, so yeah, you guys said my Segas are ready? And they say, oh, well, sorry, still in the warehouse. I'm like, oh my goodness, whatever. So the next day I go back, and they said, it'll be ready the next day. So I go back the next day. And they're like, sorry, I forgot. I was going to call you. I'm thinking, bro, get it together. You got a business here. What in the hell are you doing? We'll get back into the commentary in a minute. And then I started getting a little pissed. I was like, so what's good? Like you said, 4-week turnover. It's been several months. I mean, it's been 6 months or longer. What's going on? Is this how you guys usually conduct business? It's really kind of sad because I wanted to come here all the time. Oh, I don't know. Just mumbling. I couldn't really understand with his mask on. So yeah, just a bunch of mumbling. So I'm like, okay, well, it's going to be ready tomorrow, right? Yeah. So I get a call and this morning and they're like, it's ready. So we'll see. I finally get my Sega. And I'm going to tell you something. I know I keep going on about this, but I have been trying to play regular Sega Genesis for months. I keep buying them broken. Controllers don't work correctly. Cords don't work correctly because these systems are so old. So yeah, fun times. Hopefully I get it today. There's my ranty Sega story. What's going on with this Tapu Fini here? Going for the Surf. Alright, it's not looking too great for me. They still have 2 shields. If we start lowering their defense though, we're going to be able to really bring down that health. We're barely, I mean, this Surf is going to pretty much take us out. One more water gun. Damn. And down we go. That Tapu Fini said, get out of here. So we bring in the Umbreon. We've lowered their defense. I'm going to go for Psychic because they're obviously, Fairy type. It's resisting Dark. I get to a Psychic. I'm thinking, well, I just won. There's no way. I pretty much just won this. So we take them out, right? In comes the Nidoqueen. We are going to be able to get to another Psychic. And this is the power of Psychic Umbreon in the Halloween Cup. Very freaking good. Now, I typically would run the Last Resort and Foul Play, right? Because that's just more coverage in an open league, right? Next battle met with a Crobat, and this is already a good matchup here. So long as it's not a Dark type, we're going to be looking okay. Fairy is fine too because we have 2 poison types in the back, and that's specifically for that reason. Anyways, we're going to go for the Psychic, letting that go. They can't go for Shadow Ball. I mean, they could, but it's doing no damage, so what's the point? So we land the Psychic, and now we're going to go ahead and let this Poison Fang go because Umbreon is just a disgusting tank. Going for the Foul Play, and hopefully we're going to be able to farm down at this point unless they do shield it up. It looks like they do because it was lagging there. They tends to do that sometimes when it lags. Legit or non-legit. I mean, sometimes people try to do funny things when the shields go up, but I'm not saying they did. They catch a Dark Pulse, which is very nice, or a Foul Play. Both of our moves would have been not very effective to the Drapion anyway, so very good catch, and we're bringing in the Crobat, hitting me with a Crunch, lowering my defense, and now the next one is going to do obviously more. I think we're going to go ahead and shield it up, and if I remember correctly, they go for an Aqua Tail here. Yes, they do. Okay. Going for another Poison Fang to lower the defense and do even more damage with our quick move. Can we take them out? Beautiful. Down goes the Drapion, winning that matchup. That's all we really needed to do here, and we didn't have to use both shields. Still even on the shields. Bringing in a Scizor. We're still doing a decent amount because of that bug typing, although they are steel. They're going to be able to withstand it to some degree. They're going to be able to farm us down here. Now we've got one shield, we got an Umbreon and a Nidoqueen. They immediately swap into their Crobat, and I bring in our Nidoqueen here. And we don't have to really look out for the Shadow Ball because they don't have that energy and they're throwing right away. And it looks like I'm trying to farm them down here, and we can let this go as well because we know it's another Poison Fang. That was way too quick. And now they're shieldless, bringing in that Scizor. All we have to do is shield this up, get to the Earth Power, and we're going to be able to take that win. Right about now, this team was putting in the work for me here. As you can see, longer video because I didn't decide. I was like, you know what? I was meeting up with somebody and I didn't feel like making multiple videos, so I just said, we'll go all the way with it this time. So we're met with a Hydreigon. Now there's that Dark type lead that we don't really want to see. I don't think I've seen one Hydreigon lead ever in Halloween Cup until I used Umbreon here. So not particularly the best matchup. It's not the worst either because our poison types are still going to be doing neutral. But they got to a brutal swing a lot freaking faster than I actually anticipated. So I'm over here using Bolt Shields, but it's not over. We're not out yet. We still have a chance to win. If they're bringing in Venusaur up against a Crobat, there must be a Fairy type in the back, so I think we're going to be able to be okay here. So we go for a Poison Fang and now a Shadow Ball. If they shield this up, that's okay. Now we've gotten both of their shields. They're not going to be able to farm us down, although they can build up a little bit of extra energy for the next Pokemon. Venusaur is always a beast. My favorite Pokemon. Let's go. Bringing in Umbreon because it's a tank, and there is that Poison type in the back as we predicted. Bringing in the Nidoqueen, and this is basically a wrap. There's no way that the Venusaur is going to be able to farm up quick enough, and we're just going to be able to take them out with Nidoqueen. I think they get back out here anyways, and we take that win. Let's go! Now we've gotten into some really good battles, but we got even more to come, so stay tuned here. So right, met with a Crobat, Purified, okay. This one actually might have return if I do recall correctly. So they swap into a Obstagoon, and I farm up a little bit trying to catch a Cross Chop, and you like that? Oh yeah, let's go. Crobat's going to put in the work here with that Poison Fang. I really love this thing. It's good even outside the Halloween Cup. Such a good one. Alright, so Night Slash is obviously what they're going to be throwing here. Okay, no problem. As we do have a massive resistance to the counter, we don't really need to worry about them farming us down in that way, right? So we're just going to keep letting all these Night Slashes go, and we're going to go ahead and throw the Poison Fang here. Building up a little bit of extra energy. Could have done more damage with our Quick Boost by this time. So yeah, if we would have thrown quicker, we would have won that. So I'm thinking, will we survive this? And we do. Beautiful. Crobat survives with about 1 HP, and we have a charge move ready to go, so we can lower their defense with that Poison Fang on their own Crobat. Bringing in the Umbreon and immediately going for the Psychic, wasting no time. See, and they let it go. Alright, connecting. So they bring in a Caesar, and I figured, let's go ahead and just do some damage with the foul play here, because Nidoqueen is going to be resisted. Actually, you know what? Since we bring down the Crobat so low, I think we're just going to stay here right now. X-Scissor is what we have to worry about, but that's not a Shadow, so they're not going to be doing as much damage as that would be, you know? So we don't have to worry about it. Iron Head, okay, no problem. So they don't have it. I'm assuming Night Slash and obviously Iron Head, right? And they back out and we win with 2 shields. Let's go. Moving it on to our next opponent. Umbreon lead the entire time, and we're finally met with a Giratina. I was waiting this whole damn time, but of course it does have Dragon Breath, so it's still a good matchup. But they're obviously going to be able to dig in with the Dragon Breath quite significantly here. So I build up to 2, anticipating some sort of a swap. So we're just going to go ahead and see what they do here. Going for another one, as you can see, doing plenty of damage. Alright, so jumping back over to the Sega Genesis topic. If you're wondering, I love it. I love the Sega days. I just love nostalgia. That's why I use a lot of Sega music, mostly Sonic, because it is so nostalgia. I love bringing that kind of nostalgia tone for the people who remember, because it hits that kind of memory bank from back in the day, right? So we're throwing a Psychic, bringing in Crobat, and they said, I don't want anything to do with that. Damn it, you won. You got me. You hard counter me. And that's what I'm talking about. See, people are like, oh, esport. This game can be competitive, for sure. There could be very competitive battles and pulling out all the stops and catching and just timing and everything. Absolutely. It's a numbers game for sure. But at the end of the day, if you're simply countered in the front, back, and center to some degree, it's just, you know, and your opponent really knows what they're doing, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, it's not like, oh, you put a bad team together. No, you could have had a completely balanced team. Completely. And their opponent just had the complete perfect counters to your team, because this damn algorithm is always doing that, pitting us against these teams like this. This is why I'm just saying, I wish I could just battle. I wish we could just battle random people, but, you know, the argument will come up, well, then some people will just run over others. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Good for them. They should, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it, folks. And the denial it's insane. In this day and age, the gaslighting and making up own realities is incredible. But yeah, we'll stop on that. But anyways, this is looking great here. We're chilling this up. Nidoqueen's going to be able to finish this off for us. It's always a great Pokemon. Always have loved it. And it is absolutely putting in the work. And I vouch for you to invest in one if you haven't at this point. Definitely worth that Stardust. Next battle, met with a Drifblim. Baby, let's go! Oh, yeah. So they're going to be able to continuously lower our attack with that Icy Wind. But they're catching with a Mandibuzz, which is kind of a little bit of an issue. Not too much, but it's not like we have anything that's super effective to it, just neutral damage. And when you're going up against a tanky Pokemon, you kind of want something super effective, but it's not the end of the world. So let's see what we have going on here. Nidoqueen is not going to be able to take care of Drifblim, so we are in a predicament. It's almost like we need to win this, and if we don't win this matchup here, then we're really gonna have to pull out some Houdini magic, okay? So we'll just have to see. I mean, going in the water tank, shackled up everywhere, and they take the keys out, and we're not even talking about putting a blanket over the tank so you can't see what's happening. You're gonna see everything, all right? No sneakiness, you're gonna see it all. Maybe we got a key somewhere tucked away in a crevice, who knows? Okay, so yeah, they got that shiny Tentacool. Very nice, like that, like that, like that. Bringing in our Nidoqueen here. So what are we gonna do? We're getting countered all over the place. Well, kind of. That swap, that's where it was. That they were trying to catch. Now, if I would have thrown Poison Fang to lower their defense, they would have just lowered our attack and everything would have just been neutralized, right? But we would have at least been one up on our attack as opposed to down 2 at this point, right? So we're really gonna have to think about when we want to use our shields here. Resisting the quick move, they can't go for Shadow Ball because it's gonna be massively resisted. Their best bet is just obviously keep throwing the Icy Wind and lowering our attack over and over and over again, and to the point where they can just swap to catch or something like that. So let's see what we have. Like we said, Nidoqueen can't do jack crap, and we're getting very low on our health here, and I'm thinking, what am I supposed to do? Our foul plays are doing hardly anything at this point. We've got one shield left. They bring back Tentacool to catch. There it is. That's what we're waiting for. Bringing in Nidoqueen. We make it to Earth Power. So what we're going to have to try to do is at least get to a Poison Fang so we can do more damage with our foul play. Now the time is almost up, folks. Look at the time. This is it. This is it. This is one of the craziest battles I had here. I'm thinking, crap, no. I get to the charge move. I have one shield left. I tapped on it. I'm thinking they're going to have more health. They're going to win. But it allows me to hit it, and this will KO the Drifblim, and I take the win. If you haven't hit the like button, hit it now for that one, for that time-up battle. Literally down to the last down to the 0 seconds. Next battle, met with a Giratina, another one with Dragon Breath, and that's perfectly fine. We'll take this matchup any day. Shadow Claw would obviously be a battle we can win with our eyes closed. They swap in a Nidoqueen, and I'm thinking, well, we got Psychic, baby. Let's go ahead and go for that before we do retreat. And bring in the Crobat here. And let's have a little fun. Okay, so Nidoqueen going up against Giratina. Earth Power is going to be doing a decent amount while the poison is resisted. And Nidoqueen, while it can take somewhat of a hit as a Shadow form, it's not the tankiest thing around because, well, Shadow, it's just Shadow. You're taking more damage. So they're going for another Poison Fang here, and I'm thinking, I got to farm you all the way down to Funky Town, and we do. Beautiful. Now we got to be on our toes because we know that Giratina does have energy. They bring in an Incineroar, so let's go. We got to get these Poison Fangs off like crazy. Can we get to a third one? They snuck a Fire Fang through, so I don't know. One more, they take us out with a Dragon Breath. Very nice snipe. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the obvious Umbreon here. They hit me with a Dragon Claw. We've still got 2 shields. They've got 0. And I'm not trying to flex, I just know exactly what I need to do. Umbreon doesn't want to go up against the Incineroar whatsoever because, like I said, you going up against Dark types with a Psychic and a Foul Play Umbreon equals you losing big time because they resist everything. There's nothing you can do. That's why having Last Resort is so nice for those situations. So we're bringing them down low enough. We're going to go ahead and swap into our Nidoqueen as they do bring in their Incineroar as well. We're able to get to the Earth Power, and that's about a wrap for this battle here. Like I said, we got a bunch of juicy ones, and Nidoqueen finishing it off with a Poison Jab to the vase on that Giratina. Next battle, another Giratina lead. Oh yeah, you better believe it. And they're going to be swapping into a Nidoqueen yet again. So we're going to go ahead and go for the Psychic here because this is just great. Maybe we get the defense drop. No, that's okay, but bringing in the Crobat here to just absorb whatever they throw at us. I'm assuming, yep, Poison Fang, right? That's definitely another Poison Fang, which we will absolutely let go. While their Poison Jab is not very effective, we don't really need to worry about that, and they're not getting to an Earth Power anytime soon. So we're going to go ahead and go for a Poison Fang ourselves. I didn't want to hit all those bubbles because I wanted to farm them up a little bit before we do take them down here with a couple more quick moves. And 1, 2, and they're out of here. Beautiful, getting that energy that we needed. Bringing in the Giratina, lowering the defense. That's all we really want to do at this point. Going for a Shadow Ball would have been nice, but I don't think we would have been able to make it there. And we have the Umbreon. They immediately swap, and they have an Escavalier. Oh boy, this is getting a little bit crazy. So you're going to start seeing a couple of pop-ups here as far as like images that I put up, because like I said, I had somebody coming over, so they were texting and calling, and I was checking the message. I was like, crap, they're saying they're here, and but I'm doing my battles. I can't do anything right now. So anyway, then they call. Okay, another pop up there, and yeah. So I was not paying attention to this battle, right? So I should have shielded that up and went for Earth Power. So I'm thinking, I'm talking to them like, hey, I'll be done in a minute. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I had this damn battle. But then we have Umbreon in the back, and I'm thinking, oh, hold on. They have no more shields either? Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. Let's see what we can do. These little charge moves aren't doing nothing. Old baby Dragon Claws, no problem. Old baby Dragon Claw. Well, at least it's that way when you're going up against an Umbreon here. So we have energy ready to go. Are we going to be able to take out this Escavalier? We are going to be getting close. Let's see what happens here. So we go for the foul play, and I'm thinking, what the hell? What the hell? And I'm getting all excited, all nerdy. Well, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe I won. You can tell by the way I'm hitting those bubbles. Unbelievable win there. Even after assist trophy things in the way. All right, next one, we're met with a Crobat. So this is a good matchup because we do have Psychic, right? And they have Shadow Ball, and their only best bet is to just keep going with the Poison Fangs, which can continuously add up if they do decide to keep on shielding up that Crobat, because it's going to be taking a lot of damage from the Psychic coming from a tanky Pokemon, still dishing out that damn damage because it is amazing. Let's go. So I do have 2 XL Umbreons, one with Last Resort and Foul Play. And then, so Last Resort's also going to be a Community Day move. It has 2 of them, right? And then we have the Psychic one here. It's just so good, I decided to make it. I made this one as a test, did not like it because it was open and Dark types just walled us. Bringing in a Gramble, bringing in the Nidoqueen, they swap into a Genesect, and I don't really want to bring in Crobat quite yet. We're going to go ahead and build up to an Earth Power. Hopefully we can get a shield here, lower their defense, and then swap into the Crobat. Now we do need to look out for Technoblast Ice. It's going to be one-shotting us, right? They go for a Magnet Bomb, and I'm thinking, yeah, they're probably going to go for a Technoblast now. Yep, and they have all that energy. I don't even know. That's crazy. We survived, though, with 1 HP. And we're getting off the Poison Fang here. Lowering their stats some more. Bringing in Nidoqueen. Farming up, farming up, farming up. They swap into their Gramble. Nah, not going to happen. And they back out. They were not happy with that. And we take that stinking win. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Next battle, we're met with a Crustle. That's something interesting and new. Now, they are going to be part bug. X-Scissor is going to be doing a decent amount. Our damage with the foul play is going to be okay. It's no problem. That Smackdown is sure doing a lot. Is that what they have? Yeah. It's starting to add up, but since Umbreon is a tank, we really don't need to worry about it. How much is this going to do? That's still not that much. See, this is why Umbreon is such an amazing Pokemon. Frickin' so stinking good. This is why I like having Charm users on deck in case we do encounter one of these suckers here, but we don't have one right now. Hitting me with another X-Scissor, and they're bringing us into the red first. I'm going to go for that foul play, which is going to be pretty much almost KOing them, but not quite, and we farm them down. Umbreon still wins, nobody's used the shield. Bringing in a Galvantula, which is beautiful. This is perfection. So not only are we doing damage, but we got the Nidoqueen in the back, which is going to be completely walling this thing to every degree. They're going to be retreating into their own Umbreon. Here we go. And they have a lot of energy on that Galvantula, so we got to be careful here. So we lower the defense, bring in the Crobat. Since we still have 2 shields, I figure what we need to do here is simply double shield the Crobat, take down this Umbreon, and then the Galvantula is simply not going to be able to do anything up against a Nidoqueen because of its charge moves. So we don't need any shields at that point, right? But they still do have shields, so how's this going to work? Well, Galvantula is squishy, Poison Jab is neutral, and it's going to get the Shadow Stab, so we're going to be able to just farm it down essentially, right? So I let this go. Okay, good. They swap into their Galvantula. Unfortunately, I'm not able to farm them down or get to a charge move. I bring in Nidoqueen here, and we're going to let this go. Hitting me with a lunge, not very effective. Obviously, that and Discharge are what they're going to have. Letting this go again. They've lowered our attack by 2 stages, but we still have 2 shields, and this Umbreon is just too low, even though they bring our attack down by 2 stages. Do they shield it up? They're putting up a fight until the very end. Hey, you gotta give them props for that. At this point, I figured I'm just gonna farm you down with quick moves. It doesn't really even matter. And that's gonna be about a wrap. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all on the next one. Take care.
Sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!